Alright everyone, we are now just a few days away from the start of this year's World Track and Field Championships, and something interesting has been released from DraftKings. That's right, the big betting website on different sports and different athletes, and they've actually released sprinting events showcasing who they think is the favorite and what odds are based on which athletes. And let's take a look at the men's 100 meters because it is just kind of strange. So, you've got Fred Kerley up front at positive 250. That's not really surprising to me. He was last year's world champion, he's run 9.76. He is a very consistent runner. And up next, you have Noah Lyles. I will say that Noah Lyles is a very good, consistent championship athlete, but the 100 meters just isn't his primary event. I think he's going to peak well this season. He's going to do very solid in this year's World Championships, probably more so in the 200, but this has him way ahead of athletes such as Ferdinand Amanyala, Lamont Marcel Jacobs, and Zarnell Hughes, who's actually ranked at number 1 in the world right now. And then at number 3, we have yet another very surprising athlete, and that's Osama Singa. This is the world junior record holder, 18 years of age, but he's also the athlete that was recently discovered to be on a performance-enhancing drug. At least that's the accusation at the moment. So the fact that he's even on this right now is a little bit troubling, a little bit confusing. So I don't exactly know if they realize what's happened so far with Osama Singa. At least I don't know if DraftKings does, but he's in 3rd, which is pretty stunning considering that he's 18 years old. If you look past the drug accusations, this is pretty amazing. And he's only plus 50 above Noah Lyles, so that's pretty amazing. Up next, we've got Letsili Tebogo, a huge threat over the future of sprinting, and he's also really talented in the 200 meters. So again, I see him as a 100 meter threat to potentially make it to the finals, but I'm not really seeing him as a top 3 or top 4 finisher this year, honestly. I think you've got many athletes that are going to finish much higher, but that's just my opinion. And then at number 5, you've got Zarnell Hughes. This is probably the one that I disagree with most. I think that if Hughes is in the same form that we have seen for the previous few weeks, he's going to perform much better than 5th place. Now, he's not that far behind, he's positive 600, but still, he's run a 9.83. In that race, he crushed Christian Coleman, and I just find this a little bit off, personally. Following Hughes, we've got Ferdinand Amanyala at positive 700. For a while, he was the world's fastest athlete this season, with a time of 9.84 into a slight headwind, but that was run at elevation, which I've actually forgotten about. So I think that Ferdinand Amanyala is actually placed pretty accurately. However, it's always possible that he could run something extremely quick. At number 7 is Lamont Jacobs, which very much surprises me because he has been struggling a lot this season. At this year's Diamond League meeting in Paris, he got 7th with a time of 10.21, finishing well behind Noah Lyles and various other athletes. And it's also surprising to see Jacobs ahead of Akani Simbine, who actually beat Fred Kerley in the most recent Diamond League meeting, so I just think Akani is way too far behind where he should be. And then following behind Akani is Crevant Charleston, who won this year's US Championships, then followed by Christian Coleman, the 2019 world champion and the indoor record holder in the 60-meter dash. Now, I don't expect DraftKings to be a perfect system when it comes to the track and field world, especially in sprinting. This is a very dynamic event. A lot of things have happened over the previous few seasons, and many of these athletes are starting to rise up really well, and a few athletes are kind of starting to fall off. So I think that this is an okay list. I think Kerley and Lyles up at the top does make sense, but I think that Hughes and Simbine should be a lot closer. Now, I would love to hear from all of you. What do you think about this top 10 list from DraftKings? Who do you think is going to win this year's World Championships? And what time do you think is going to be required for the gold medal? Thanks for watching, everyone. And as always, until next time.